Greetings, sirs and madams. I'm Seraphic Zero, and we're playing Gundam Battle Operation. The last match on Friday, we had a bit of a different thing going. We had 6 players in the lobby, so we decided to split it 3 for 3 and use some different game rules. I don't know what this match type is called, but it's like the third one from the top from your options. And in this game type, each side is going to get a total cost, and all the mobile suits are going to be displayed directly underneath it. Each mobile suit has its own cost plus its pilot cost, and every time it's destroyed, it gets depleted from the team's cost. So this is a level 1 room with a 250 cost limit. We decided to do it this way because these are our alternate accounts, and most of the players here don't have very high tiered mobile suits. So we decided to just go with some like really old slow stuff to kind of keep it balanced. We decided to go for more of a balance between all the different types. So we have a melee, we have a general type, and I'm using our support type. And our opponents are using a team that's all general types, which is pretty common for this game mode. Oh man, wow, that looked really weird. Alright, so the super special thing about this game mode is you have an instant respawn time. So basically you're gonna, I think you're allowed to kind of spawn anywhere, and you pretty much get to spawn again right away. So that's kind of why I'm a fan of this mode. Yeah, I can see how the respawn time mechanic is necessary in most normal modes in GBO. Kind of like, you can't have a stealth mobile suit that's just, it can be anywhere and just wreak havoc, and when it's destroyed it just comes back right away. That would be extremely annoying. But yeah, I guess you don't have to worry about that too much in this mode. It's pretty much, this mode is pretty much for just jumping into the action right away, which is sort of why I appreciate it. Yeah, I think eventually we might want to try like doing an all like GP match on it. That might be pretty awesome. So I'm using the Guncannon SML. I think it means like small missile launcher or something like that. So the SML doesn't have any instant stunning weapons at all. It wow, that's some weird lag right there. The SML doesn't have any instant stunning weapons, and its small missile launcher basically does really high damage per second. So it's either gonna require really good aim on my part, or my team's gonna have to stun the enemies for me. And my job is to basically do as much damage as possible in a short amount of time, which is pretty much what I was banking on. In this mode, like I said before, people tend to use general type mobile suits, so something like an SML is going to give you a pretty good edge, just as long as you're not, getting completely suppressed. Yeah, something I'm having a little bit of trouble with though is I don't normally like play in the 250 cost tier, so I'm really not used to how slow these old mobile suits are. And the SML, especially at level 1, it has a really low walking speed, and when you boost side to side, like to do like your evasions and stuff like that, it actually takes really long for the SML to, get its missiles ready to fire again. So, like, I think Ford just blocked my rifle shot. Yeah, so normally I wouldn't have like so much trouble aiming and hitting people, but the speed difference in this type of match is just kind of jarring for me, and I'm not really gonna get used to it until like the match is almost over. Ford is using some type of Dom. I don't know what the name of this Dom is, but it's the only melee type Dom, and it basically has a giant heat axe that can cause instant knockdown. It's actually a fairly powerful Dom that I've actually had a lot of trouble fighting, like in the past. Oh man, that was really dumb. But good thing I'll get the spawn in right away. So Ford's Dom is actually very powerful in the right hands. I've seen some very skilled players like basically dominate an entire field with this thing. It's very good with hit-and-run tactics because it can use its beam spray gun to... Wait, it's not a... it's a beam scatter gun. So it can use the scatter gun to stun its opponents as it boosts in at like full speed. And once they're stunned, it'll just like swipe them with the axe and they're down. And the entire team just focuses fire on that guy and they're pretty much instantly dead. So this Dom, it can be very good in the right hands. And man, I just had the worst firing angle right there, so I just had to drop down. Rob is using a regular Ifrit. Basically, he's going to be our assigned stunner, but the thing about the Ifrit is its weapons are going to require it to basically be in point-blank range to be used effectively, which that's going to be really difficult to do, especially at level 1. At level 1, so many mobile suits are just so slow. The Ifrit's going to have a lot of trouble closing distance, and in this type of match, it's just going to be weathering all types of damage while it's doing that. So yeah, our team's going to have a pretty good challenge from the other side. It seems that my SML is giving us a very mild damage advantage, so we tend to keep a really slight lead throughout most of the match. Yeah. Yeah, the SML, it does very good damage, and I've seen some high-level SMLs do just absolutely horrific like things to enemy teams. Yeah, I was really hoping that the level 5 SML was free of cost, but yeah, it's not available for points yet. But I think I might actually get yen to purchase it because it could be pretty fun to use. There, managed to get one last kill before I was taken out. Okay, let's see if we can get anybody before the match ends. Yeah, the SML, it definitely doesn't have the range advantage the regular Guncannon does, but yeah, it can do like pretty well. Alright, so it looks like we were able to take the win. We had just a very mild lead on the score, and I think it's just because my SML managed to outdamage the other side, so we just had a very slight edge. Alright, let's see what we get. Yeah, 6 kills isn't too bad. Yeah, so I got a little more of my level 5 full armor slave wraith. I think I might get yen for this too. But yep, that's it for this match. The SML's like pretty interesting if you have the right team setup, and this mode is pretty cool too, so you guys can just check that out. But anyway, thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you next time.